City's in a really bad spot, guys. The beast that used to dominate England is now like a Siamese cat. Doesn't scratch, doesn't bite. Even after the team changed players and Guardiola tried switching things up, City's still falling apart with weak performances, quick collapses, and losses to teams below them in quality. The spirit and passion are gone, and everyone's saying Guardiola's done, that he's just a flashy name who'll end up coaching train alongside Mourinho, basically done for. But behind the scenes, there's more going on that caused both City and Guardiola to crash hard in ways no one expected. Forget the intros. Let me take you on a journey through Guardiola's collapse over a cup of tea. Alright, that's it. Let's go. The breakup happened halfway through last season, my friend. After City completely fell apart, news came out that Guardiola and his wife had agreed to separate. This followed months of ongoing problems and was a logical explanation for the change in the coach's behavior, even a big shift in his mental state. It got so bad that he would scratch himself after losing a match or react strangely when City conceded goals. Guardiola and those close to him admitted that this affected him and his focus because he's a family guy through and through. His wife always had a say in his life and career, and her absence destroyed his mental stability. And when the results started to collapse, he just can't handle the situation mentally, and he's under pressure all day. You know how it is when someone's mentally broken. How can they get up and lift those around them? Remember Klopp and Guardiola's era? Of course you do. Now think about the difference between City and Liverpool's lineups. Everyone used to envy City because they basically had two teams. Each of those teams could compete for the league, and they had tons of strong options in every position. Guardiola was totally free to play however he wanted. Lineup, tactics, even the style of play. He could do whatever he liked because the squad was deep and flexible. But now, City's situation has changed a lot. There's something else entirely. Like from Kyle Walker in his top performance to Rico Luis, the defense has gone through a major technical shakeup. In midfield, Rodri's been out for a year, and there's no more De Bruyne or Gundogan at their best, and no Riyad Mahrez either. Now the hope is on Oscar Bob or Jeremy Doku, and the guys on the bench are below par. On top of that, there are fewer players, and people say that Guardiola asked for this so he could work with them more technically and with greater focus. But the solutions now are way fewer than before, and of course, this has affected the team's shape and performance. Remember the number of cases that were filed against City for major financial violations? The investigation has been going on for years, and the club keeps getting cleared again and again. These cases have affected the team's image. You might ask how? Well, City's management decided to slow down in the transfer market and start cutting back on spending. Sure, City still buys players, but at much lower prices than before. At the same time, they're selling players and trimming a big part of the squad to balance the team's wage bill and lower the salary scale a bit. That's basically what happened. Financially, City has downsized a bit and now aims to get through a few seasons with minimal spending to sort things out, mainly out of fear of penalties that could break up the team. Competitiveness. If you've been following Guardiola's journey, at the start, it's tough for a coach to stick with a team for a long time. Take Barcelona, for example. They only had a short spell there and renewed year by year. Same with Bayern. But with City, it lasted a bit longer because the management gave him everything he asked for and built a strong squad throughout. Still, Guardiola struggled mentally every season. Just imagine, they expect him to win the league and the Champions League every single year. When he wins the toughest league in the world, people blame him for not winning the Champions League. Then when he does win the Champions League, they tell him to go get the next one without a word. Plus, in that league, he was battling Klopp right up to the last game. Then against Arteta with the same lineup, and this competition just kept wearing down the team and the coach to the point that some players like De Bruyne honestly said they needed a break from all that pressure. Other players decided to leave for different teams to try something new after City got drained both physically and mentally. This competition is exactly why someone like Klopp stepped away from coaching altogether, saying he just didn't have the energy anymore and chose to work in management instead because it's easier on the mind. The guy was about to lose it seriously. And here I'm telling you, maybe Guardiola got fed up too. Maybe he just couldn't keep competing non-stop and fighting these projects anymore. The new and the old, playing derbies and chasing the Champions League for the second time. Why wouldn't the guy be tired of all this? That's a good question. The motivation. Sir Alex Ferguson, when talking about the secret to his 26 years of continuous success managing United, said one of the secrets was that he had to change the team lineup every 3 years. He always brought out a new star from the squad every now and then to set an example for the players that no one is bigger than the team, guys, or even above United. The reason behind this change is that after 3 years, the coach has nothing new to offer the players. No inspiring speeches, no new methods. A certain mindset helps them stay focused, but things get tougher when you're up against a team used to winning titles. At that point, players start feeling burned out and bored, and they need some mental rest, like I mentioned earlier. Sometimes they take a break under the idea of, "We've won everything," thinking the criticism from fans or the media is unfair or exaggerated. It's clear Guardiola knew this, which is why he didn't stick with a team longer than 4 years. With City, the longer stint brought some shaky moments, like during the COVID year. But he managed to handle it, bring back the motivation, and keep winning the Champions League. But it's clear that after the Champions League, the team kind of fell apart. That was the dream the management had, and the players achieved it after a lot of patience and tough experiences. Winning the Champions League, dealing with legal issues, Guardiola and his wife splitting up, Klopp leaving because of the pressure, and seeing how intense the competition really is and how much it can affect a person. These were obvious reasons for Guardiola's downfall. In the end, Guardiola rose to football royalty years ago, faced many different schools of thought, outperformed them, and won titles in several countries. Now, do you know how many years he's been expected to be the best coach in the world? He's the only coach who, if he doesn't win, the Champions League is seen as a failure. But if someone else wins the league or a cup, they're considered a legend and had an amazing season. You know, Guardiola dominated Spain, Germany, and England, winning everything there. What's clear now is that Guardiola might not finish this season and could quit if he feels he can't get the team back on track. It's even more certain this will be his last season at Manchester City, after which he'll take a break, and so will a lot of teams. That's it, my friend. I'm waiting for you to reply to my words in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss anything new. Peace, my friend.